Nice.
Hey guys, welcome back to T1 Airsoft. Bringing you today the M132 Microgun made by Classic Army. So what makes this particular microgun appealing, other than it is a microgun, is the price point. As you know, if you've kept up with the airsoft industry and their miniguns and their microgrons, they were very expensive. Like the price of one made by Echo One was the price of a small, like a used car, several $1,000s. And this gun is going for about $700. So I mean, considerably cheaper than its predecessors. So moving on, we'll go to the assembly of the gun. So when you first get the gun, it'll come in 3 pieces: the main portion here, and then the carrying handle and the trigger handle. Pretty self-explanatory. They just kind of they screw on together. This is actually isn't even screwed on the gun. I just mounted it on there, I slipped it on, and it's enough tension to actually hold into place. But of course, screw in the bolts prior to fielding it. For the trigger, there's a bunch of wires that go through it. So one thing I do want to point out, it mounts on utilizing 4 screws, but on the corner here, you guys probably won't be able to see it from there, but I'll have the cameraman zoom in for me. While you're putting this together, it's really easy to pinch the wires, and I'm going to show you so that you guys don't accidentally pinch the wires when you assemble the trigger. This gun is both HPA and electric, so you're going to have both a battery and of course the HPA tank for the gun to function. Now this is also green gas applicable, but unfortunately none of the green gas canisters here made in the USA will actually thread into the threading that's down into the this compartment here. So I guess it's European based, and they have a green gas canister with threads at the top, and you literally just screw it into place in this compartment here. But all the American made canisters don't have that. So fortunately, can't use green gas here in the US, but this will come with an adapter for you to use your HPA tank and your line. It's this little piece here, and all you do is yank on this corner adapter here, and this whole assembly down to this compartment will pop right off. And then all you do is just slip that right on there like so, and then you hook up your line, good to go. So very simple. Of course, you can use whatever line, whatever HPA tank you want, and it works just like any other HPA gun. For the electrical part, the battery goes in this compartment here. All you do is pinch these 2 buttons, and this little cap will pop right off. As you can tell, I already got a battery hooked up. It'll have a Dean's terminal there, but Classic Army has included a battery adapter for you to use your your Tamiya plugs, which most airsoft batteries will have. And as you can tell, it's kind of a tight fit, but I was able to finagle all the wires in there. The rate of fire on this thing is about 30 to 32 rounds a second. So that's pretty cool, it's pretty fast. And yes, the BBs do shoot out each barrel individually. So you have 4 barrels here, and what's pretty cool about the barrels, the inner barrels are all AEG barrels. So you can, for all you tech savvy guys out there, if you want to put like a Type 4 barrel, you can do that to this gun pretty easily. And the bucking is just like any other bucking. It'll fit just about anything. The hop up is readily accessible. Each barrel will have its own hop-up unit. So all you do is pull these retention deals and pull out the pins. This cover will pull right off, and then all you do is turn the barrels until you get to the hop-up unit, which you'll see is basically just a little Allen screw. Very simple design. You screw in to add more hop, and you screw out to add less hop. And they will include in your package the right size Allen screw for you to, or Allen key for you to adjust your hop-up. Also, with that being said, they'll also include a Allen key for you to assemble your gun together. Also, the motor that turns the barrel, like I said, the gun shoots around 32 rounds a second, and the last I heard from Classic Army, they're actually coming out with another motor that will allow you to shoot around 45 rounds a second, which is pretty crazy. I think 32 rounds a second is pretty crazy. So, for all you guys that just want to go overkill with this thing, they're trying to make it happen. So, we'll do a shooting test here in a bit. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. There's a big warning label that says not to exceed PSI 120. But after speaking to the Classic Army guys, they're telling me to kind of keep it around 110 if you want to meet the FPS limit. Because most fields are 400 feet per second. At 120, it's probably going to shoot a little over 400 feet per second. So about 110 PSI is where you want to keep your pressure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to the shooting test. Pretty awesome gun, a lot of fun to shoot, sent a lot of rounds down range because, you know, it's a microgun. One thing that I failed to point out before the shooting test was how to load the gun, which is very important. So I'm going to show you, because you can't shoot the gun unless you load it. All you do is unscrew this cap in the front of the gun, and you pull the spring out, and at the end of the spring is a plunger. And you literally just fill up this reservoir all the way up, and then you stick the plunger and the spring and the cap back in and screw it back into place. So it is essentially a really large mid cap. And it works very well. You know, it basically just pushes the BBs from the reservoir into the chambers of the barrels, and so no matter what angle you're shooting the gun at, you know, left, right, up, down, it'll ensure that the BBs are fed into the hop-up chambers of the gun. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below what you guys think. And yeah, again, I'm Tony the Tech with T1 Airsoft. Tune in next time for our next episode. Thank you and have a great day.